What up, y'all? This is James from the I'm Free Project. Remember to subscribe, share, and like this video. And I am going to talk to you today about something that actually I can't believe I even missed this. This is the thing for me, is that I missed this story about one of my favorite gospel artists, Brother Fred Hammond. And so apparently what's happened recently is that Fred Hammond has or is recording a song, or has recorded a song with Snoop Doggy Dogg, Snoop Dogg. I can't think of his new Rastafarian name, but apparently he has recorded a song with Snoop Dogg, and apparently people are going just a little bit in on Fred Hammond for recording with such a worldly artist. And so a lot of people within the church are a little bit mad, angry, and saying some things, and saying that Fred is trying to explain away, because Fred goes on the YouTube and he explains his position as to what, when, why he did the song with Snoop Dogg, and gives a very good explanation. But I want you to look at the video, and so I have the video attached here. So look at this, and then I'll come back and I'll explain to you how I feel about it.
I got a call from one of my little nephews, Burrell, and he said, man, Uncle Snoop is doing this record, man, and it's this, it's that, and it's a gospel record, Fred. You know, he really would love you on it. He got a lot of different artists gonna be on it. And I said, oh yeah, man, cool, man, let's just talk about it. Figure it out. Let's do it, man. You know, shoot. Is it gospel? Man, it's gospel. I said, cool. And when I heard it, I was surprised, because the hook is just calling on Jesus over and over. And my heart got glad, and I talked to him, and I felt his heart. I felt that man's heart. I won't go into a conversation, but I felt his heart, and God is touching him to do this record. No matter what nobody think. And he's going to reach a platform of people that nobody in gospel probably going to reach. So you can say, come out from among them and this, that, and I hear you all that, man. Be separated. Yeah, that's for something else. But if you lift up the name of Jesus, I will sing it as loud as I can with you. I'm not ashamed of the gospel. And Snoop ain't ashamed. If this is a seed in his life where he's getting ready to make this or change or transfer, that's up to him and God. But I know I talked to a man that was honestly sincere, and he was so on fire about this record. I didn't know what I was going to hear. But whenever you hear the Burrell boys is involved with anything out there in the West Coast, you can count on it's going to be fire. When they sent that thing, I got it here, but I'm not going to play it. Why? Because it's up to Snoop to play it. I'm going to let some of y'all go on and figure out. But when I tell you, I got to count it. I must call on Jesus 50 times in this song. And I will do that. I will rock with you if you do that. I'm rocking with him. And I don't really care about nobody else sitting up there talking about them. You understand? Then come out, man, y'all forget that, man. I go places. I will go into them dark places, and I'll be a light. I know how to go in there and come out. And when I get in there, you know what? Most of them respect me. Most of them respect me. You can hear them. They may slip up and say a curse word. Say, oh, I'm sorry, Rev. I'm sorry, Rev. And I'm like, man, I hear you. I hear you. I don't have to go in there, open my mouth and start, yeah, y'all need to do, man, listen, God is doing the work. How long Snoop been out? Snoop is legendary. And now he's singing about Jesus. Chance is relevant. And now he's talking about the Lord. I heard a song that, what's my girl name? Alicia Keys did. I'm hearing this consciousness. So at the end of the day, if you call on Jesus, I'm calling on him with you. That's my thing. I'm rocking right. I'm standing right toe to toe with you, arm in arm, linked up, and we'll deal with it. But that's because I'll go anywhere and I'll sing it. I'll sing that gospel, man. I will sing it with anybody. You come on stage with me, we're singing it. You know what we're singing? No weapon. We're singing When You Praise. We're singing Your God is Good. We're singing He Lives. And that's what we're doing. These hip hop artists are going to reach millions of people. Yeah, you're going to hear the other stuff on their record. You're going to hear this. They're going to scroll through. But one of them persons going to scroll through that one song and they're going to hear, you know, something about the Lord. And it's going to be just that much. And they're going to seek out for God because it's a seed. I'm not scared, man. Listen, I love Snoop. I love that dude. I love all of them. Kendrick Lamar, I love him. I dap him, I hug him. Hey, listen, how y'all doing? I show them the love of the Lord. I love all my athlete friends. You know, I love sports, period. I'm not that dude that sits around. And my mom, thank God for my mom, she never made me be that dude. When I was practicing at my bass at 13, 14 years old, she didn't say just play James Cleveland. But she had a stack of records, and James Cleveland was in it, and I would learn how to play that song. Lord, help me to hold out. Lord, help me to hold out. And I would practice that, and I wanted to say, one day, man, I'll play for somebody like that. I wanted to play at with my church choir. But I also played to the Ohio Players. It taught me fingering and spacing. And I played after Bootsy. I put Bootsy's record on. And I would this, that, and other. And guess what? I did that so much that one day these guys came out and they inspired me. And I went home and I put their record on. And I heard Baba-doo-boom, da-doo-bing, ba-dum-bum-bum, restoration finally come. And I just practiced to it. I practiced every song on there till one day I looked up and I was in the living room with Marvin Winans. And I wasn't even supposed to be in a band. But one thing about it is if you're already ready, you don't have to get ready. And that dude sat on, I was playing for BB and CC, and they were called Winans Part 2. They were having a big concert at Orchestra Hall. And Marvin looked at me and said, "You ain't slick." He said, "Try this out. I feel like flying away." And before he can get it, I was all over him. I was all over him. Who knew that? But I was ready. And them records, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Stevie Wonder, and Peebo Bryson, and all of them songs that we had, Donny Hathaway, and Rance Allen, and I just practiced in my living room. That's what I did. And I practiced different sounds, that's what I did. What if I had just only practiced gospel music? I wouldn't be there. You wouldn't hear about me today. Now, all music ain't holy. I got that. But there's some music that is. And once again, I told you this, I ain't gonna fool everybody. I heard my man's heart. I was on the phone with him, I heard his heart. And then I heard the music. And we calling on Jesus like a mug. Been on here a long time. The music you hear from me, a lot of that is responsible is Earth, Wind, and Fire. Stevie Wonder, Chicago. The Time, Prince, Michael Jackson. That's our music. Phil Collins, Genesis, Rare Earth. I listened to it all. One of the greatest bands of all time, Sly and the Family Stone. I listened to that music and I learned how to play. Y'all might as well get ready. Some of y'all ain't gonna go. You ain't gonna make it. You're gonna stay in your little spot and you're gonna be cool and you're gonna be cautious, and that's great. But God gives some people 5 talents, some people 2, some people 1. The people with 1, they're just gonna bury it and say, "I'm gonna stay right here and I'm not gonna go around nobody and I'm not gonna do nothing. When the Lord come back, I'm gonna give him back his talent. I'm gonna give him back and say, this is what I did. I lived holy. I didn't go with nobody. I didn't get out there like you did. I'm not gonna do that." Okay, cool. But the people with 5 and 2, whatever, We're going to double it up. I doubled my junk up. And I am a friend of these people. Now, you ain't heard me on nothing else that's been, you know, whatever. But I'll rock with you if you're singing about Jesus. I still got that passion. I got that passion. Man, I got it. Still, after all these years, I take it serious. I don't like a foolishness when I'm getting ready to go on stage. I like a lot of selfies and people coming up to the side. And you know why? Because when I hit that platform, I take it serious after all these years. It's not just a gig. Now I'm trying to figure out how can I make it bigger? And I get the call. People say it's for money. I ain't even talking about no money. We talked about the music and his passion. And I think you're going to be well surprised. But a lot of people are going to get ministered to from this record. People that you will never reach and I will never reach. And I'm proud to be a part of it. Now, some people are going to drop off. Y'all ain't going to stay anyway. You're like leaves on a tree. Some people got to drop off so new ones can come on. So, I said what I said. And like I said, this record, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. It's going to take a minute, but I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. But you might as well get ready. God is moving over there. And when you see this happening, he's moving over there. Now you're either going to move with him or you're going to move away from him. People gave Lecrae a lot of negative, feedback for some of the people he might have worked with. I don't know who it was, a Ty Dolla $ign or something. And they gave him some flack. Man, listen, y'all know that everybody listens to Lecrae? All of the rappers, and they respect him. If you talk about life, it's okay. And my man, I big them all up. My nephew, Big Red. I got a lot of different people. I got people around here we're getting ready to put out. I'm ready to put out a country artist. And he's not going to be talking about country Jesus. He's going to be talking about what country people talk about. I think she thinks my tractor's sexy. That song's already taken. But I'm Uncle Fred, man, at this point in time. I've been everywhere and I've seen everything. I'm 56 years old. There are men around me dropping like flies. 48, 32, 38, 51. You hear about them, they're gone tomorrow. Life is like a vapor. I'm 56. I think about it every day. So I'm putting my affairs in order. And I'm singing crazier than ever while I got a throat. My throat ain't what it used to be. I don't have the control I used to have. But I'm hammering them chords every time. And if you want to sing about Jesus, I will sing with you. Whatever else you sing with everything, I don't care nothing about that. That's cool. That's you. That's where I'm at. I got a lot of scripture to back it up, man. You don't want to be around people. Listen, I got you. But I can be a light when I walk into these places. I walk into a club here in Texas, and I get the respect. Nobody's gonna sit up and they can, and people are taking pictures and they seeing, and people got videos all on me, and I'm cool. And I sit down, they shout me out, I wave my hand, I shake a few hands, and everybody, man, thank you for coming in here. I'm cool, man, I got you. And then I leave. I ain't tripping. I'm not scared. I'm not the one. So I'll be selling my stuff out my trunk anyway now. So it is what it is. Music is still a business. It's our business. Like you work at, a big office and then you do whatever that does. Music is still our business. It's how we make a living too. And when we're not relevant here, somebody still wants to be relevant somewhere else, and that's okay. But we ain't afraid of the gospel now. Y'all can go ahead somewhere with that. We ain't afraid of the gospel. We ain't afraid of that mug. Sorry. That's Detroit. I just want to let everybody know that this right here, I'm charged up. I am charged up. You sing about Jesus, and you got me, man. And when I tell you that song, it says it over and over and over again. And I'm in there hammering it, hammering it, hammering it. And man, the other day, you go check out Snoop's post. He was talking about his Pee Wee League. It's playing in the background real soft. He's listening to it just on his own. Snoop, man, I rock with you, man. Bless God. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Who knows who's next? What makes you think Jay-Z, what made you think that he sampled Higher from the Clark sisters? What made him do that? I'm going to tell you, Spirit of God.
All right, so you just heard Brother Fred Hammond give his spiel on the what, when, and where, and why he's doing this song with Snoop Dogg. And you know what? Honestly, I have to agree, and you can disagree with me. You can post your comments below. Actually, I want to get your comments below, because here's the thing with me. Here's the thing that I'm trying to understand when it comes to ministering or being around unbelievers, because how else are they gonna hear the gospel unless a preacher is sent to them? Because they're not coming to church. They're not gonna come to your church. As a matter of fact, people are so turned off by church that it's ridiculous. I mean, to a point, I'm turned off by the four walls of the church. I'm turned off by the whole situation. It's just, all this preaching to the choir of the same thing over and over and over. And the piousness that we tend to have, but yet we have a lot of issues going on, just like the world has the issues. And even the Bible mentions that such things are not even going on amongst unbelievers, that are actually going on amongst believers. And so my thing is, and like Fred is like, we got to go out into the highways and byways and meet these people right where they are. And Fred is very clear on that. Yeah, if Snoop was making a song with him that was, calling women bees and talking about smoking weed and this and that and so forth and so forth, he wouldn't do that. And I get it, I wouldn't either. I'm not gonna go hang out in the gay club. I'm not doing that whatsoever. But if I meet someone who's just so happen to be struggling with same-sex attractions, yeah, I don't mind ministering to them and getting to know them and spending time with them and find out the what, when, and where, and why, why they're dealing and where they are at that point in life in their time. And the truth of the matter is, for the majority of us, when you first get saved, you are not that holy. A lot of y'all ain't that holy to begin with. Excuse me. A lot of us, to begin with. I mean, we have to check ourselves at all times. And so if we're honest with ourselves, it's like, because I can honestly say, when I was getting to know the Lord and really getting into my walk with God, oh, trust me, I had a lot of mess going on. I had a lot of drama. You can watch my video about my testimony. I had a lot of stuff going on. But as time went on and I pursued righteousness and sanctification as through God's grace, and then things changed. So how do you know that that's not happening to Snoop Dogg? Snoop may be starting right here, but in the end, God may use him and grow him to be this huge a man of God. Who knows? You don't know. And so for us to sit there and put our tongue on him and say that, well, because of what he's doing now or what he may be right now, don't judge that book by the cover. God, man, you don't know what God would do with a life. Because trust and believe, I never knew that I would be right here, but here I am, and I thank God for that. So with that being said, what is your opinion on that? Should the saints be making records or doing these things with unbelievers? In the sense that, and a part of my experience as a creative, as a photographer, I've worked in the entertainment industry, and a lot of those people that I work with were not saved. They weren't saved, but I mean, I was doing my job. That's where God placed me at that time. And at the same time, it allowed me to minister to some folks, and some people who were dealing with SSA, and some people who were just dealing with life, period. And just being able to minister to people right where they are. So, I mean, what is your opinion? So how do you people think? How do you feel? Give me your opinion. Go ahead and drop some lines at the bottom. But anyway, this is James from the I'm Free Project. Remember, Jesus Christ is Lord, and give a little grace to some people, because neither one of us has a heaven or a hell to put anybody in. All right, holla. Peace.